I know your sub boxes have probably been oversaturated with all this Call of Duty 2016 space warfare news, but I read some interesting tweets today that I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly, but if you guys haven't heard yet about the news regarding Call of Duty 2016, some guy named Shinobi 602 leaked out some information yesterday, and that's why everybody was talking about it. But if you have not heard about it, I'll go through it really briefly. Basically, the Shinobi guy, he's like some Call of Duty insider guy. He always gets the leaks correctly. He has a really great track record regarding leaks about Call of Duty, and he's always been right. So the chances of his leaks about the next Call of Duty being true is actually very high. So he talks about how the next Call of Duty is definitely going to be in space. It's going to be very far into the future. That's what he says. And it's going to be based around space combat. And he also states that the title is going to be full on sci-fi. So we're talking about, like, you know, anything is possible here. Like, we could be going against aliens. You could probably be an alien in multiplayer, and you know, different things like that. I'll go into that later. And he stated that Black Ops 3 looks like the Stone Age compared to Call of Duty 2016. So if you guys have ever played Call of Duty Ghosts, in the campaign mode, there was actually a space mission that you had to do. And another reason why Shinobi is probably 100% correct about this leak is that in January, Infinity Ward actually tweeted out some Happy New Year thing. I'll leave a screenshot to the tweet on the screen. So it's just crazy how they were actually telling us right in front of our faces about what the next Call of Duty is gonna look like. Let's get into what I read this morning about the update, some news that just came out today. So this has to do with the Shinobi guy, and he says something in response to somebody on a forum, and somebody on the forum posted they had space combat in Ghosts. Hopefully it's now actually good. And then Shinobi comes in and replies and says, "This is nothing like Ghosts. We're talking combat in spaceships and not just around Earth. And a central hub area that's a form of a living space station. Think the Battlestar Galactica loading bay. Being a mostly campaign guy, I'm pretty excited for this one." Alright, so based off of his response, this is definitely going to be something that we have never seen before in Call of Duty. And quite frankly, I'm a little bit scared because I started in Modern Warfare 2. So I've been through Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Ghosts. You know, all of these games were boots on the ground Call of Duty. And I think we can agree that most of us on YouTube, even the viewers, have started from a very long time ago playing Call of Duty. So this space stuff and the idea of jetpacks is not really going to sit well with us because we're not used to it. But the fact of the matter is, Activision is catering to the younger audience, the people who are new to the game, and they're probably taking things from other games that have been popular, like Destiny, for example, or Halo. Halo actually got me into first-person shooters. Halo was actually the very first first-person shooter game that I've played even before Call of Duty, and it's what got me into gaming. And they're probably taking these little things and thinking like, okay, well, we need to do something like this to get more people to buy. And then they're just completely disregarding the fan base that actually got them popular in the first place, and then taking it to a whole nother level onto a bigger market pool, if that makes sense. Because, you know, let's face it, little kids, they like cool stuff. They see, like, you know, aliens and people shooting at them. They'll think that that's cool, especially if they have not played the previous Call of Duties before. This is gonna make it more attractive to them, and therefore going to sell more copies. Because like I said before, this is all about making money, man. It's all about money. Let's talk about what the multiplayer could look like. All right, so I googled what a Battlestar Galactica loading bay looked like, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what the heck that was, so I googled it. So this is what I found. All right, so this kind of reminds me of the movie called Starship Troopers. Have you guys seen Starship Troopers? That's actually one of the best movies I've ever seen as far as sci-fi goes. So leave a comment down below if you have too. But yeah, if you haven't seen Starship Troopers, it's basically like this futuristic combat where all these human soldiers, you know, they're docked up in a station in space, and then they do these missions where they go to different planets, and these planets have, like, you know, these bug alien things, and they're giant bugs. You know, can you imagine like giant ants walking around? You know, that's kind of like what it was in Starship Troopers, and that's possibly what we could see in multiplayer. You know, like this dude Shinobi is saying that this is going to be full on sci-fi, and that's sci-fi right there, going against like bugs like that are huge and the bugs that are smart enough to try to kill you. You know, it is definitely weird and new, but you know, I mean, what else can we expect from a franchise that's trying to quote unquote reinvent the wheel and do something new with Call of Duty? You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be surprised if we see this. And if you've ever played the extinction mode in Call of Duty Ghosts, we do go up against aliens. That could very well be a part of multiplayer too. And if you've ever played Halo, before the match starts, they have you coming out from a spaceship and then they just like drop you off onto a planet, and that's when you just start go around killing people. I think that's how multiplayer is going to be. We're going to go into a spaceship and then we're going to be dropped off onto some planet, and then we're going to have to roam the planet and look for other people to kill. So I think that's how multiplayer is going to be. But I think for the most part, we can't really come to a conclusion yet and say like, oh my god, this is gonna suck, because the game hasn't even come out yet. You know what I mean? So we gotta give it a chance. You know, let's wait for E3, and E3 is coming very soon, guys, so stay tuned for news on that. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this thing, man. Honestly, so far, my first impression, I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is definitely making my tooth hurt just thinking about how Call of Duty is going to be in space, and we might be going against aliens and stuff like that. I don't know, it just doesn't, it's not what we're used to. It's just not relatable being in the time period that we are now, because we like to play things that are relatable to our lives. You know, it's just human nature. But yeah, I'm still going to give it a chance. I don't really care, you know, if it's good or not. I've always been the type of guy to play any Call of Duty and just adjust to, you know, how the game is and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely drop a like. Drop a like, man. I woke up super early just to make this video. And yeah, subscribe for more, and I'll be coming out with more gameplays this week. Don't worry, guys. And I'll be back. Hey, maybe we'll see Arnold in the next Call of Duty. You never know, man. That would be pretty cool. DLC Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator coming to space. I think that would be dope. All right, guys. Peace.